Hey, everybody. It is your Friday lunchtime motivation. Yes, you are here at Litvak Leadership Live. We've got a tremendous topic today. And for the 8th time, the one, the only Eric Bam is joining us. I'm going to bring him out in just a minute. But first, look at the bottom here. Look at that beautiful blue scroll. If you are not following Litvak Leadership on all social media, just whatever your favorite social media is, go there, open up another tab because you'll hear me talking, you'll hear Eric talking on this tab, and go to all your social media and type in Litvak Leadership, Litvak Leadership, Litvak Leadership, and then like it, and then ring the bell so you get notified. We post a little different on every single site, and we're going to be talking about in the very near future my forthcoming book, Proverbs for Leadership, coming out January 10th. That's not our topic today, but that's my first official plug. So without any further ado, let me bring out the one, the only Eric Bam. There he is.
Sorry, I was sharing on LinkedIn because you're live on LinkedIn.
Yes, I am live on LinkedIn. It's important to be live. We are live right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and my favorite place to go live, because especially today, maybe we'll get a boost, Twitter, because now that Elon is in, last night he fired the entire C-suite, and it's basically E-Witter now, which I think will be an improvement. So let's see. Tom June is here.
Oh, there's Tom. There's Teddy Legal. By the way, I shared this with your mom as well, so she's probably watching as well. So
absolutely. So today, Eric, and for those of you who don't know Eric Bam, Eric is on all social media. Number 8 appearance. Eric was the appearance on the pilot episode way back when, and I've had him on a bunch of times because, frankly, we think similar enough, but dissimilar enough that it's always an interesting conversation. Correct. We're right in that road. You can find Eric at The Eric Bam on all social media. I thought, why bother posting it? Because just type in The Eric Bam or go to Google and type in The Eric Bam and you'll find everything about him. So Eric, I was thinking today, I need to I got to get a coat or something for you, or a special hat that you wear every single time you appear, since you are the most prolific guest. He's reaching for, the penalty box hat.
Yeah, the penalty box. You know, we were talking about this offline before we went live about the Eric Bam, and it just makes so much sense to me. And so just to throw it out there, because from a social media standpoint, I did it pre-COVID. I opened Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, not YouTube, LinkedIn. I opened every one of them. And I started with Facebook and put in at the Eric Bam available. Then I went to LinkedIn available. And I found that was available everywhere. And it's so easy. I've been at a couple of shows in the last 3 or 4 weeks and literally did not hand out a single business card, right? We connect so much via social. Literally, I'm walking up to people like, hey, are you on Facebook? Yeah. Okay, well, here. I'm at the Bam. Pull your phone up. Boom, done. Connect.
Boom, done. Instantly. Instant connection.
Yeah. It's so for anybody watching, I would challenge you to do that. It just makes your life really easy. So what's the subject for today?
So the subject for today is your expectations are just for yourself. And we'll tell everyone truth. We delved into this as I was telling Eric before we went live. And we decided to go live a couple minutes early because the perspective I'm about to bring up is not, I think, what most people are thinking of. When I had come up with this topic, and it's a chapter in my forthcoming book, Proverbs for Leadership, one of the chapters is your expectations are just for yourself. And I wrote it from the perspective of someone that wants to improve themselves, someone that has low tolerance for people that don't want to improve, someone that doesn't like people that have a bad attitude, that you're challenged by that. But let's flip the script for a minute and look at it from the perspective, Eric, we have you to get you on EYP, elevating your profits. There you go.
I was the first guest on that show as well. So I would love to be back on there. There's Chris. Happy birthday, Chris.
Hey, you've only been there once? You've only been there once?
Yeah, just once.
I've been there twice. Maybe I get the jacket. And Eric, it's your birthday yet again.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. It's my birthday.
It's pretty amazing. So back to our topic. Your expectations are just for yourself. So what about all the negative people? I think that this statement, as I was walking Solomon the Golden this morning, I was thinking about it. And you know what? A negative person should embrace this statement only, that their negative worldview, their negative way of looking at things, their negative expectation is only for themselves. What say you, Eric?
I think that statement, your expectations are just for yourself, apply to everyone. Whether you're like me and you're going to wake up and you're going to have high expectations and you want to kill it and you want to crush it and you have goals, your expectation is for you. And then the person that just kind of seems to be middle of the road, your expectation. And you're right. The person that gets up and the sky is falling and today's going to be awful and Mondays suck and I hate Friday because I have to be like, their expectations are for themselves also. And I think I have a friend, Amanda, we were having a conversation yesterday talking about how hard it is when you have a negative thought to flip that script. And she use the term go downstream, I think, and how to go downstream and to change the thought process to flip it back to being positive. For me, it's very easy. I can have a moment where I'm like, hey, Brian, I can have a moment where, and you know me well enough, Sean, now to know that I'm a very optimistic, positive person.
Very optimistic, very positive.
And I have moments sometimes.
You me at times with how optimistic and positive you are. And I think I'm pretty out there.
Right. I have moments once in a while where I'm like, oh, this sucks. And then literally, I one of the things I've said for a long time is the best kick in the ass is the one you give yourself.
Always.
So when I catch myself, like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Like, and sometimes it's easy for me to look around and it's very easy for me to look around. And I tell everyone all the time, I live this charmed life. I talk to the best of the best pizza people in the world, like Kenny Mayberry. And I have a beautiful house and I have some beautiful kids and I live this very charmed, amazing life. And so sometimes when I find myself complaining about something, I kick myself in the ass and I just flip the switch and go the other direction because I do live a blessed, charmed life.
So what about the negative people? Because if I don't interrupt you, you will talk for the next 40 minutes. So just know you're going to get interrupted. In Proverbs, in the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise will preserve them. So you and I being the wise and the negative people being the foolish, shouldn't we be helping preserve them? I got you on that one.
I'm gonna speak out of both sides of my mouth a little bit.
Okay. Not a surprise.
I think there are people like Ted Legal's a guy that's on here. And by the way, Tim Lord's on. Hi, Tim. Ted Legal's a guy like on here who I love Ted. And we've had times when like we pull each other up, right? Because you're surrounded by people that want to pull you up. There are also people, and here's the other side of that, speaking out of the other side of my mouth. There are some people that their life is awful and you can't convince them otherwise. And it's just never going to change. I think, I posted this on Facebook a year ago. If you walk into the room, you're the smartest person in the room, just leave. Because if you're the smartest person in the room, you can't. There needs to be some benefit to being in that room. And being in that room is learning from other people, and iron sharpens iron. But you can't. If you make it your whole life's goal to lift up the people with the mouth of the the mouth of the foolish, like some people want to be lifted up, and you're going to waste a lot of freaking time. So I think you have to be picky and choosy about where you spend that time, because you can get drugged down. And old sayings are old sayings for reasons, because they're true, right? And misery loves company.
Well, and when you look at and I guess I'll talk out of the other side of my mouth for a second. You could only spend so much time lifting up the foolish before you become the foolish yourself in throwing your pearls before swine by putting your good efforts, your thoughtfulness in front of people who just don't want it.
Right. No, you're right. Show's over. You're done. You win. Fly paper the internet, Sean.
So you talk about surrounding yourself, having a circle of influence with people having the same drive as yourself. Do they need to be, and I'm loading you up here. Do they need to be in the same industry? Do they need to be in the same city? Do they need to be people your own age? Where do you find such a circle of influence?
No. And I know what you're serving up. You're serving up this mastermind group that we're both a part of. And it's 20 people from all over North America, and we all have different backgrounds, but yet we all learn from each other. I think a powerful thing that people should do is, if you find yourself kind of connected or drawn to someone, I think it's okay to say, like, hey, can we just download? I just want to pick your brain. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you successful? Can you give me 10 minutes? Give me.
Can I buy you a meal?
Yeah. What drives you? What pushes you to be successful? You know what? One of the things, I actually redid this yesterday, and I'm a goal card guy, right?
Yeah, I do.
This is my fourth goal card now. And
the year?
What's that?
Of the year, the fourth goal card of the year?
Of the last three. And so these are things I want by the end of next year, by the end of
okay. You are ahead.
Yeah. These are things I want to happen over the next 13, 14 months. And one of the things I talk about all the time, the big thing on the bottom of both sides, it says take action, right? Write it down. I literally, for everybody watching, I see Jay Waymack on here, Jay White. Mm-hmm. I literally carry this around in my pocket every day. And I look at it every single day, and it drives me. It's things I want. And by the way, some people don't carry that around in their pocket, but they post enough on Facebook that today sucks. And when today sucks, they believe it. I'm real big on writing out my goals and talking about them and pushing myself to get what I want. Very big on visualizing what I want. My house is a perfect example of that. Like, I saw myself in this house before this house was built, and I knew what it was going to be and how it was going to be. And that's I think that stuff's important. And, to your point of what we talked about earlier about people that they can visualize all the negative, all they want. Right.
Right.
And they freaking get every single bit of it.
And does it make them happy? Does it make them happy? I mean, explain to me the joy, the perverse joy, the inverse joy that people feel in being negative, in looking at the sky and going, it may rain.
It's easy. It's easy, Sean. It's that negative joy that comes in saying, I told you so. Or the person, I've talked to people about my goal card. It is about Bob Proctor thing, Tom. I can talk to people about my goal card, and they'll say, what is that? And I'll literally show them, like, here's my goals. This is what I need to do to accomplish what I want, right? And they'll say, well, what if you only hit 75% of it? Well, I'm freaking 75% farther ahead than I.
That's a great year, man.
If I do the things on this card that I want to do, and I won't bore everybody with what I want, but one side of it is it's things that I want. The other side is how I get there. If I do these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things every day, most of this stuff happens. Most of it happens for me. And it's it's an easy way to win. It's an easy way to win at life, man. Write it down.
How do you write how you get there? Share some of those with the viewers, because the card's only so wide.
Like, as an example, Kellen, cards that wow. Kellen, I have cards from her, and I literally mail out one card every day to a pizza operator, to a customer, to a friend.
Okay.
Mail one card every day. One of my things, I'm doing it every day. Now, I've been doing it for a while, is I make one video every day. Now, it may not be all be on LinkedIn. I mean, I'll be on Facebook. It could be the video goes to Instagram. Could be the video goes to LinkedIn. I'm doing one video every day. And you already do that stuff.
I am there with you most of the time.
Yeah. I call 2 top 100 pizza chains every day. I call 2 world pizza champions or US pizza team members every single day. We get sample requests. This is a big one. I spend an hour every single day following up with people from sample requests. And those conversations just turn into sales. This is a big one. I actually love this, and you guys will be shocked at the response I get from it. I send 20 voicemail DMs every single day on Facebook or LinkedIn to customers. And sometimes, Sean, it's as easy as, hey, Sean, I was just thinking about you. Hope you're doing well. Are you ready? What are you wearing for Halloween? And I move, and the response I get from it is incredible. So if I do those things every day, it helps me move the ball down the field. One of the misses in life, I believe, is that we think every time we touch the ball from a football standpoint, we think everything should be a 40-yard touchdown pass into the end zone. And the best drives, back to me, Sean, the best drives in football are an 18-play drive that takes 8 minutes off the clock. And we get a touchdown or we get a field goal. And, you've got we've got what's his name from Winnebago on here. Brian Weevil. Brian Weevil's son's a high school quarterback. He knows the best drive is 8 minutes, 18 plays. We move down and we keep them off the field. And that's reality for us as people. That's reality for when we want personal things. That's reality for us from a business standpoint. Nothing happens. If things happen quick, I'm almost kind of scared sometimes. You ever get that prospect that like, give me the account app, let's go. Wait, what? This is too soon, what's wrong with you, but I
don't know. I've had a couple deals. So in the industry in which I've spent the majority of my career, it is a very long sales cycle. And when I say long, sometimes the longest deal took 10 years, okay, which was just ridiculous. Usually it is 3 to 9 months. But I'm in the middle of a deal that I've been working on, and you're not going to say the name of it because I'll be so angry with you if you do. That's been going on for 2 years. Okay. And at the same time, I've had deals, very few, that have closed in 2 weeks from the first contact to doing the whole thing. So, the whole contacting thing I get. Look, when let's pivot for 1 second. As people that have expectations for themselves, what I want to know is, with all the expectations you have laid out, I know you're a man of faith. Tell me what you can share about the plan that God has laid out for you and your life and your family.
One of the thoughts I've had a lot lately is just talking about being a good father.
Okay.
Right? And so plan for me, for my life and for my family. Really right now, one of the thoughts that goes through my head a lot right now is like, I've raised this 25-year-old incredible son. He's amazing. Right. And he's been on your show. He's amazing. Yeah. And now I've got the responsibility. What's that?
Nicholas.
Yeah, great kid. Now I have the responsibility of raising a 10 and a 3-year-old and these 2 wonderful little girls and how different it is from him and how it's okay to talk about, being spiritual and how it's okay. I had a conversation with Elena, my 10-year-old, and it was in the last month or so, just talking about, hey, God wants you to have great things for your life. And talking to her about visualization. What do you want? What do you want it to look like? I believe that my God wants to bless me with everything I want, right? As long as that falls into his plan. As long as
it's not something illicit, immoral, etc.
Right. God doesn't want me to have hookers and cocaine. Doesn't mean I can't go get them if I want them. But my life's not going to be spectacular for it.
Right. Absolutely.
I want a spectacular life for me and my daughters, and God wants to bless me with everything that I want in my life. And if it's part of doing the right thing and true north, if maybe that's a good way to look at it, is if I do a lot of those things right and good things come to me, I think that just blesses me and it blesses my family and it blesses my friends. And I don't know if all of that answers your question, But I some of the little things I do every day, like you've seen this, like I read Jesus Calling every day. And some people may look at me and go, really? Is he a spiritual dude? Like, yeah, I don't know scripture like you do, but there's something that burns inside of me. And I was talking to somebody the other day about how, and is that I think we don't listen to our intuition enough. I think intuition is God, the universe, the divine, whatever you want to call it. I think that's God talking to you. And I had a moment this week where I was going to go somewhere, and the last minute somebody canceled, and I was like, I was going to turn around and go somewhere else, right? And then you should still go there. And so I went there, and I met the most amazing person this week because I decided to do what was laid on me to go do. And so I think when we think about listening to our intuition and our gut, we think about that sometimes as like, well, my intuition said, don't go down that dark alley. But your intuition sometimes is to go say hi to that person, or to give someone a hug, or to reach out to that friend that you haven't talked to in a while, or whatever. When something is put on your heart and on your mind, freaking act on that stuff, because I believe, I know that is a God thing.
So do you think that people that are feeding themselves with the word, whether it be like I read a chapter of Proverbs every single day, and it's hysterical because I'll be sitting in the morning before I take Solomon for a walk, reading Proverbs, and there's always 3, 4, 5, 6 things in a chapter where it's like, yeah, okay, that's encouraging. I need to do better there. But I'm feeding myself with it. Do you think, and I'm putting you here on a plank, but my opinion to this is, yes, I think positive people are more spiritual people, and negative people don't have faith, or the faith that they have is only in themselves. They don't recognize God as being important in their lives. What do you think?
Yes.
Well, the show's over now because Eric just agrees and has nothing else to say.
Yes. I mean, I agree with that. I do. One of the things I've talked about a lot is I feel like people that are very successful, about 10% are just hardwired to just go, 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 go. Right. And the other 90% are probably insecure about something that drives them and pushes them. And sometimes that insecurity also pushes them to lean on God and to lean on the universe or the divine or whatever you want to call it. I think insecurity is a great driver. And sometimes that insecurity is also driven by, it's a God thing. It's God telling us, like, look, you got this. Let's go. And then some people could take that insecurity and just let it paralyze them to their couch and do nothing, and their life sucks and woe is me and I'm a failure. And I got so much insecurity when I wake up every day. I mean, I have a fake eye. Like, I wake up every day and I'm like, shoot, I got this fake eye again. I got this fat neck from my mom. Thanks, Mom. I have insecurity in me every day. But
we all have insecurity, though.
We do, and but I choose to take that insecurity and let it feed me. And I take insecurity from not getting the business to let it feed me. I take insecurity from having a bad day and I let it feed me, because my competition in my life is me.
Is you. It's no one else.
So it's my job to get up and be better tomorrow for me, and to hit my goals for what I want and for what is important to me and my family. And it's not, that old term, keeping up with the Joneses. People think, well, that's like a social media thing. Well, it's not. I mean, I remember going to church on a Sunday morning in 1984, and old dude shows up with his new Cadillac and he's still got the stickers on it so everyone can see what he pays for it, because he wants to make everybody kind of jealous. That stuff's always been out there, but
it's always there.
It has. And if you get past that, and get past the time where you look at other people and go, I need that, I want that. I think it's okay to see other people that are successful and aspire to want to be successful, right? But don't want to be successful in spite of someone else's success.
No.
It's enough for everyone to be successful.
So when someone tells you, yeah, the Perfect Crust Pizza Liner, it's a great product. I respect that it's patented. I respect what people say that it'll do for pizza, how it'll help my delivery business. But I've been, using wax paper or corrugated cardboard for years, and my business is really good. How do you help someone gain an expectation as to what they get out of you just from that little thin perfect crust pizza liner?
I just move on to the next one, man. Now, you know what? Actually, what's kind of funny? In the Northeast, you've got a lot of like pizza guys that like dad started the pizza place and now I run it. And well, we've done wax paper forever.
Right.
I sat at a food show in New Jersey and I had guy after guy after guy. Well, that's what my dad always did it. And you know what I said? Well, my dad used to beat the shit out of me. We don't do that anymore. So there's because there's truth in that, right?
Yeah.
You're allowed to change. You're allowed to adapt. You're allowed. And look, if it doesn't work for you because it doesn't work for you, that's fine. But don't do what you're going to do for the rest of your life because that's just all you know. So
absolutely. And so that brings me to this. That is perfectly. How do you get over people that have such a negative attitude that it's become offensive to you? How do you forgive them? And when they don't even know that you need to forgive them? Because Eric, you're positive, and I'm sure the negative people get under your skin at times.
They don't, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I just literally in the last 2 hours had this conversation with someone, and if I've got haters and if I've got people that don't like me, or I got deleted off Facebook in the last 5 years for being too positive, like literally one person's, I'm deleting, you're too positive. And I said, okay, if I've got haters, I'm doing something right. And so if somebody wants to hate on me and somebody wants to talk smack, you know what? I don't hold, I'm not a grudge holder. So I'm going to root for those people. Hey, good luck to you. Have fun. I do unfollow those people on social. I don't want to see all that stuff on social media, but I do unfollow people. But truly, people that are haters out there, love them for who they are. Move on. Literally, I'm just like, yeah, same thing, Tom. Like you know what? Just those people are just wired that way. And if someone doesn't like me for me, I've got on Facebook, I think I've got 4,000 friends, right?
You do? Because I was looking at your Facebook today. I got a question about your Facebook, but go on.
But not everyone's going to like everything you say all the time, and not everyone's going to be all in on everything you're doing, and it's okay. It's okay to disagree. Honestly, if somebody I've gotten DMs like, "Hey, I didn't like what you said." Okay, well that's your opinion, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. But if you've got haters, I think you're doing something right.
So when I'll post on various social media sites that everyone should be following, as Litvak Leadership, and I'll post something that is, we'll just call it positive for lack of a better definition. Some of the people that come out and just say stupid stuff and insulting stuff. At first, I was following one of our friends, this judo master lawyer guy. Okay, who said, "Oh, he just blocks the haters." I engaged with them now just for fun. Right. I thank them for their feedback, and I say, I think it's really great that you're spending part of your day engaging with me when you obviously don't like what I have to say, and that seems to shut them up. It's kind of amazing. So I got a question for you about Facebook, and I just discovered this about you today, and I really want to know your philosophy behind it and how it works for you. You've got 3.9 thousand, so almost 4,000 friends, and you follow nobody. You are following zero. Do you go in and thoughtfully type whose stuff you want to see? What does that do to your scroll? What is your philosophy behind
what you're looking at? Because I think I have, like, let's say 4,000 friends. I also have 2,500 followers, people that I'm not friends with that just follow me. Right. Because I've just never, you know what? If I like you enough, if I like Tom enough, I'm just going to send Tom a friend request. People follow people, and it's amazing sometimes.
But you're following zero people.
Right. Well, I'm friends with 4,000 people.
Okay. So on Facebook, if you're like, you can set your close friends. That's not what that's about.
No. So for me, I literally have 3.9. I have 3,900 friends, and then I have 2,400 people that just follow me that I'm not friends with.
Right.
You can go on Facebook and literally just follow people, like kind of like you can do on LinkedIn. You can see whatever is public, and you can follow whatever they post that's public. So,
got it.
Yeah.
So finally, as we're getting close to 30 minutes, and I know you've got birthday lunch plans today.
I do.
So,
I have birthday lunch plans. Yes.
The king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him who causes shame. How do we control our expectations and our interactions with others so we remain wise and not cause shame?
I was just going to ask you that question.
Well, I'm the host. I ask you.
It's like, Tom Ginn. It's like stalking. The king's favor is toward a wise servant. And I think that's what I was talking about earlier, just about, if you want the things in your life that God puts on your heart, I think it's about being a wise servant. And I think it's about true north. And I think it's about, following, God's plan. And I think it's about doing, I don't want to say doing the right things, but I think a lot of times, the golden rule, I mean, do unto others as you
right.
If you do the right things, God's favor is upon you. I firmly believe, man, blessings flow into a space of gratitude. And I think for me, my number one thing for me with God is to be thankful, and I've always found the more thankful I am for blessings in my life, the more God gives to me, which, by the way, being a sales guy for 25 years, it's very hard to look at that and be like, I'm so thankful for where I'm at, because I have people going, we need more, we need more, we need more, we need more.
Yeah.
But if I do the right things, and if I'm making calls and I'm talking to the right people and I'm doing the right things at work, or I'm doing the right things personally, good things always happen. Right? You want to be a shitbag, expect shitbag things to happen to you. Do good things and expect good things to happen to you. And I have a friend who lost a son Sunday, Monday, and I saw him on Tuesday, and we're in this group together, and I just felt so motivated and moved to do something with this group room with 325 people. And so I grabbed my phone and we did a video together. And here's doing something good, right? Because it was laid on my heart, man. I knew I had to do it. We did a quick video together. I said, this guy needs some help. We need some help. He needs money for burial expenses, The guy had $1,100 within a day and a half to help, because people want to help, man. And it was just doing the right thing at the right time, and the results from it. You know what? The results benefited him and benefited his family. But do you know how good I felt from doing it?
It was easy.
Easy. Yeah. I got part of that blessing, man. I think it's just amazing the more we bless people around us, how the blessing comes back to us. I know we're going to wrap this up. I want to throw this
Sowing and reaping.
I know we've got what?
Sowing and reaping.
Sowing and reaping. But I want to throw this out there because I see a lot of people that are over here commenting are sales professionals. They're, Jay manages people. And I will tell you one of the most powerful things. I've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years, man. I literally pray for my customers to be successful. And if you're not praying for your staff to be successful, you're missing an opportunity to really bless the people that work with you and the customers that work with you. And if it's literally, when I'm in prayer, it's usually in the shower. You're welcome. I'm naked. Thank you. But I find myself just standing there and I'm thinking about certain people that I know and just lifting them up. And I'm telling you, it's powerful and it feels good because I know we're getting blessed, man. If you've got a staff working for you, pray for them every day to be successful. The worst manager you can be is the one that hires people that tries to hold them down. Man, root for your people to be successful. Root for them to find better jobs. Root for them to outpace you. You look great for hiring amazing people and training them and teaching them and pushing them to be better people. And I'm done.
And your expectations are just for yourself. Eric, thank you so much for being on the show today. Your 8th appearance, episode 172 of Litvak Leadership Live. I hope this has motivated you. I hope this has entertained you. But most of all, I hope this has educated you and set up your weekend. That's all. Be happy.